Big shout out to gearbottle.com. I'm standing here with Chris No from the Leverage Agency. We're at the Breezy Excursion booth behind us that was curated so beautifully and great for a venue trade show. Just wanted to ask him a few questions since he's one of our experts on the panel. And I wanted to say Chris has an extensive background in sales and retail and kind of bringing your brand to another level in terms of getting those big buyers. And so go check him, go Google him, go find out more about the Leverage Agency online. What I want to ask him for my audience is, what does a new brand need to know about sales in general?
I would say being persistent. You got to understand, as a store owner, a store buyer, you get approached, emails, phone calls, a lot, daily. And so in order for you to even close a deal, is you have to be in front of a buyer. So I would say the first, second, third, fourth time might not work, but you have to be persistent. If you have a good product, it's going to sell and the buyers are going to see it. But the thing is, it's up to your sales guy to be very persistent. And like, I've noticed that too. I mean, your first try, you're never going to get in. Your second try, you're not going to get in. But it just depends on how persistent you are and how hungry you are.
So consistency for a brand is really important. Because sometimes, and I know this too, a buyer will be kind of on the side and be like, I think I might give them a shot, but it just, you want to see them season after season.
At the end of the day, a store owner and a buyer, you're seeing line sheets all day. Each store probably stocks about 15, 20, 30, 40 brands. And then in the time, buyers have emails and they get phone calls by probably 30, 40 brands a day. Right. So it depends on who they see most often and how often they hear from a brand.
Within that conversation of sales, what would you advise to a brand that's starting that has nothing yet? So like, what should they do to kind of set themselves up for success with sales?
I think the first thing for a brand to do is be able to be smart with their budget.
Right.
A lot of brands will go out there and be like, you know what, I think this is kind of tight, I'm going to just make a bunch of this. I mean, being smart with your money is going to be the smartest thing you could possibly do. When you're starting off as a new brand, I would say start off small. If you have a collection of 4 or 5 t-shirts that you're really strong with, I would say go ahead, print those 4 or 5 t-shirts, 50 to 100 units of each, and sell through it. Yeah. Don't go out there and be like, you know what, I got all this money, I'm going to just break my bank and I'm just going to produce all this shit without knowing that there's a good response or not.
Nice. Thank you, Breezy Excursions. Thank you, gearbottle.com. Follow this man on Instagram, and I'm going to put it down right here. The Leverage Agency. Thank you, Chris No.
Thank you.